This last episode is the self-actualization piece. So that pinnacle, tippy top of the pyramid, right? I don't like this. What is this? We rehearse multiple times a week, but haven't been able to rehearse at all because life has been crazy. So we're winging it. Here we go. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to Cha-Ching with Meng, where my whole goal is to help you master your money. Guys, we are in the series finale for our first ever web series, and I can't believe we're here. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey. Just as with personal finances, we've grown together, we've learned together, and now, wrapping it all up in a very nice bow, I really wanted to talk today about the notion of legacy for your money. Stick around till the end. I'll give you a sneak preview of our next web series after this that I've been cooking up in my mind. What do I mean by legacy, right? If this was Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this episode would be centered around self-actualization. Sorry guys, psych minor in undergrad, so I thought I'll kind of tie those two things together. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by legacy? At the end of the day, after you have your financial freedom all set in terms of, hey, I have my investments, I have my emergency fund, I know how to budget, what's that next big step, right? What's that final frontier? Quite frankly, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. But some of the questions that have kind of used to help me find the answers are as follows. One, now that you have a better understanding of money, finances, so on and so forth, I pose again the question, what does financial freedom look like for you, right? Two, what do you want your money to say about you? Money is a communicator to the world, whether you have it or not. It sends key messages, right? Now that you have a better base of financial understanding, how do you want to communicate with, your community, with yourself, with your family? What are the key things that you want your money to speak on your behalf for? Three, what do you want your personal finances to accomplish for you, right? Again, going back to what are your goals for, investing and saving and so on and so forth. For me personally, it's to make sure that my family is always well taken care of within my means, right? Within my financial means. Lastly, think about the impact you want to have in the world, right? So, this is not a motivational podcast or, blog or anything, but money is a great avenue to enact the change you want to see in the world, right? A great example of that is Bill Gates. He uses his wealth now to kind of shape the world in a way that he thinks will be beneficial, right? Through funding education, through, vaccines, things of that nature. So in a smaller scale, how do you want to impact the world using your money, right? For me personally, it'll be something like funding a dog shelter or something like that because, again, I'm a dog dad and Bentley has greatly changed my life. So again, I ask you, how do you want your money to speak for you? What do you want your money to say about you? And how do you want your money to impact the world in your lifetime and potentially even afterwards, right? So some key questions to think about in terms of legacy. Guys, I know those are some big, deep philosophical questions. So to bring it down to earth just a little bit, here are some tips, right? One, your money is your voice and your power. Make sure you use it in a way that is aligned to your personal morals, ethics, and values. Two, make sure that power is used to advance a cause that you believe in, whether it's being able to free up time to volunteer or donating to causes that you believe in, so on and so forth. Three, I know this is really grim, but make sure you have your documents in place. You work hard for your money. You want to make sure that, hopefully everyone lives a long, happy life, but make sure that, you have your documents in place when you transition, right? Oh my goodness, that is grim. But truly, Don't let your money go to waste. Make sure it's funded to the places you want it to go to. So have your benefactors in place, have a will, so on and so forth. One thing I came to realize is a will is not a function of age. It's about assets. So it's not about how old you get, it's about how many assets you have. The more assets you have, the higher the chances are you're going to need to have a will that's ironclad to make sure the money and the assets you've worked for goes to the places you want it to go to once you transition. Guys, here is your ultimate too long didn't read. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you skipped around, here is your Spark Notes. Do they even have Spark Notes anymore? Maybe I'm showing my age. But here is your ultimate too long didn't read for the entire series. We started off with just understanding money flow. So understanding budgets, understanding how much money you make and how much money you spend, right? That's not sexy, it's not fun, but it is truly crucial and the cornerstone for financial freedom. Understanding where you spend your money and how much you make are super critical for everything else that we talk about. 2, we talked about understanding your emergency fund and how that's so critical to make sure that you stay protected in drastic life moments. 3, conquering your debt. So always make sure that you eliminate high interest debt, get your debt under control before you start investing. 4, we talked about the investment vehicles you can use to buy things in the stock market, whether it be your IRA or 401k, so on and so forth. 5, we talked about what to invest in, right? So going anywhere from CDs all the way to mutual funds. Personally, I highly suggest a target date fund, a ETF that tracks the S&P 500, and an ETF that tracks a sector of the economy that you personally like to cover. Lastly, in today's episode, we talked about legacy for your money. Again, using your money to advance causes that you believe in the world and making sure that your money is appropriately assigned once you transition from the world. Again, I'm sorry guys, super grim, but we want to make sure that the money you've made in your lifetime is not gone to waste afterwards, right? So that is your ultimate too long didn't read for the entire series, guys. Hours and hours of work boiled down to literally 3 minutes. So there you go. That's it for Ladder to Financial Freedom. First series in the books. What's next for us and this channel? Our next series is going to be called Road to a Millionaire Mindset. Now, of course, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I've had to retool my brain in terms of how I think about money, how I think about myself, in order to get myself closer each day to becoming a millionaire, right? So I want to be able to share that with you guys. So stick around, more to come on a weekly basis. Guys, I thought I'll end this episode and this series with just some self-reflection. And the best part to start with is thank you. Thank you to you guys, right? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I said in the intro, it takes a village, and boy, does it take a fucking village. It's just me on this couch, but behind the scenes, there is truly a whole community supporting me, cheering me on, helping me, so on and so forth. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in thus far. Thank you for all the views, so on and so forth. I truly would not be here if it wasn't for y'all. So I do truly, from the bottom of my heart, like I said, thank you. And as I mentioned in my intro, as long as I'm adding value to someone, anyone out there, I will continuously make these videos and share my little nuggets of wisdom here and there, right? So again, thank you. It has been quite a journey from episode 0 to now. I hope I've been able to kind of communicate a little bit better as the series went on. It is nerve-wracking to speak to a camera. So truly thank you. And I do appreciate, again, all the support and all the love. I'm excited to see where we go from here. And that's it, guys. Look out for more content very, very soon. And as always, I'm not rich, but I plan to be. Let's go on this journey together. Love y'all. Bye, guys.